Thank you for logging on to the Voice Sports Network for this broadcast of high school sports. We encourage you to go to the games and support your area teams. We know you have a choice, and thank you for choosing us. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of the sponsors you hear throughout the game. We encourage you to visit their businesses and use their service as often as possible. Be sure to tell them thanks for their support. Now, sit back and enjoy the game, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Norwell Night Basketball on WellsCountyVoice.com. This is Greg Van Meter along with Derek Decker this evening. We are here at the Castle for what will be the fourth to last game of the year, as long as the weather holds, which it sounds like that's actually getting better. This one between your Norwell Knights and the visiting Knights from Bishop Luers. Bishop Luers coming in with a record of 1-16. Your Knights now with a record of 10-9 after a loss the other evening at Huntington North. Actually a pretty well-played game by Norwell. Huntington just a little bit better, and they came away with a 49-40 victory. Luers, their only win this year was at Lakewood Park back on January 27th. So a couple of weeks ago, they have otherwise been shut out the rest of the season. They are also in their fourth from last game. They've got North, Canterbury, and Huntington North left, so it's not going to get any easier for them over their last three games. It's not going to get much easier for your Knights either, as the back end of this schedule after this evening, at least on paper, gets pretty tough after tonight. Jay County coming into the Castle on Friday. Always a solid team, always a great program. We're at Woodland on Saturday night of this week, so a rare 3-week game. And then we wrap up the season at Homestead next Tuesday in an old rivalry game that used to be a conference game for a lot of years, but now it's just the last game of the year, and that'll be a test for the Knights. But on paper, anyway, tonight your Knights are favored in this one by 9.
Yeah, I think just kind of looking at that schedule, there's advantages to the backloading your schedule. It gets you ready for the tournament. It allows you to work out some things early in the season while still getting wins against potentially lesser quality opponents, because you're having some guys figuring some things out real early in the year, talking about teams like Adams Central, things like that. So I think it's good to do that. And Norwell's going to be favored 3 out of the last 4 games here. They're going to be favored in all 3 games this week. But Coach McBride's absolutely using this as a sectional preparation week. He said he started it on Saturday with the practice, and he said it's going to be exactly like a sectional week. That way we're ready for it in a couple of weeks. If we do make it to the championship game, we'll know exactly. It won't be foreign. It won't be new. We won't have to learn anything. We'll know exactly the procedure, and it'll feel more like routine. So I think that's very good to get things underway. Having a 3-game week this late in the season is very, very good for preparation. And these are some perennially pretty strong teams. This year just struggling a little bit. This Luers team, very good a year ago, but they lost everything. J.J. Foster, of course, at Southside now, had our friendly scrimmage with his squad, a very competitive game before the season began. And they're having, I don't think, quite as good a year as a lot of folks thought around the area. But this Luers team does not have a single varsity player back from last year. And a lot of times you hear, well, they don't have any starters back, or they lost 3 or 4 starters. No, this don't have any varsity, no bench players, no starters, nothing. Either graduation, transferring schools either to Northside or Southside or a prep school, or simply didn't play this year. So we're talking about a guy like Ty Hambright. So this is a brand new team. Will Huberts is the first-year head coach here at Luers, not from the area. So I think maybe that plays a little bit into that. And I talked to Coach McBride about that. You kind of got a disconnect from the area, and especially being in a private school, you really struggle getting kids to come there. Yeah. You don't have a good feeder system like a lot of public schools do. So it's real hard to do that. So there's disadvantages to being new to the area, especially coming into a small private school, trying to recruit some kids. So I think this program will continue to get better, but there's not a lot of youth on this team. This should be a more experienced team, but it's not, of course, with the lack of varsity experience. And then you've got, of course, Norwell hanging on for the JV victory, where they looked very dominant in the first half. Luers made a late charge, but Norwell was able to hang on for a 7-point victory. But the freshman class, I got a chance to go down and watch a little bit of the freshman game tonight, and they've got some talent in that group. I firmly think that the freshmen could beat the JV team, but obviously some freshmen just trying to work things out down there, and it's very good for them to get experience at the freshman level. But there is talent in this program, so they will continue to get better. Will Huberts, I think, definitely has his work cut out for him, but I think he's very capable of doing that.
Well, and you mentioned freshmen. They actually start a freshman on the varsity. That is Nayland Thompson. I'm real interested to see him. He is a 6'1" freshman and has had quite a bit of success this year.
He's a solid player. This Luers team, of course, talking to Coach McBride again this morning, offensively, they can score the basketball at times. They're a very streaky shooting team, so what that means is they'll go on stretches where they'll really struggle to hit a basket, but they'll also go on stretches that they can score very quickly. So I don't think a lead is insurmountable for this team. A great example of that is the Southside game on the road. They took Southside to overtime, 84-82 loss, but trailed by 20-plus points in the third quarter, was able to charge all the way back and tie the game, forced it to OT where they just couldn't quite get over the hump. But the only time that they've really been limited in points was twice they played Dwenger. And Dwenger's zone is so long. They've got a lot of length, a lot of really good defenders on that team, and they slowly pace down a lot as well. Outside of that, they've been able to score some points. I mean, this is a team that's been up and down. They've had a few games. Of course, the Southside game. Snyder, talked to Coach again about that a little bit. I think he wanted to stress that Snyder probably didn't play that as smart as they could have. This is a group defensively that's going to play a 2-3, but it's very, very spread out, so it leaves the back line wide open, and that's not good when you're playing a team like Norwell that everything that they get is inside. Talking about Brandon Nicholson, Will Geiger, I think both of those guys could have a very good night. They're more focused on defending the perimeter rather than packing it on the inside. Yeah,
so the challenge for the Knights is going to be taking care of the basketball. We saw in the JV game that they can really put some ball pressure on the basketball, and I'm expecting to see more of the same here in the varsity game. But so we're going to have to be able to go north and south and get it in position to score. But they're not, as you mentioned, Derek, real experienced. They've just got 3 seniors on the roster, 3 juniors, a couple of sophomores, and then the freshman, Nayland Thompson. So the Knights are favored 59-50, which is relatively low scoring. I mean, Luers put up 82 points in that overtime loss at Southside the other night. Now, Southside, of course, is not the same team that they were at the start of the year when they were one of the SAC favorites, as they lost really their best player. I mean, they've still got Didier, but their best player moved on to a prep school, I believe in Georgia.
Correct.
Was where he went in the middle of the season. So made it tough on the Archers. The SAC, their conference season, do they have 1 game left? I know Homestead is undefeated. 1 game left in the SAC. So Luers has been out of that picture for a long time. But, I think the Knights, they have to avoid seeing that 1 in the win column for Luers and letting that create too much confidence for this squad tonight, because they're athletic enough that if they see the ball start going through the basket, it could put Norwell in a tough spot.
Yeah, they're a fast team. They've got some athleticism, 2-2-1 press, kind of speed up Norwell a little bit, and this is a Norwell team that a year ago attacked that press very well, and at the beginning of this year, as the season's gone on, they've had some difficulty doing that. So we'll see if they're able to do that. A team that kind of did that and tried to push it a little bit was Eastbrook, and they tried to apply a press, and they just got smoked on it. But that was very early on in the season. Norwell actually having its largest point total under Coach McBride team with 70. But this is, again, a team that plays very well at home. but not very well on the road. They really struggle, and I think a lot of that comes down to shooting.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's difficult to shoot on the road. Unfamiliar environments, things of that nature. We've had a lot of common opponents. 4 SAC teams between these two schools. Of course, Norwell scheduling those kind of sporadically throughout the season. Basically, you're talking about, for the most part, the bottom half of the SAC for Norwell, which I think is a good a schedule to play. And then, of course, Coach McBride adding the Carroll game next year. I know that's coming onto the schedule. So the schedule's going to bolster a little bit. But I think that's good. It's time for that a little bit with Coach McBride, but he had to get his feet under him for a couple of years, kind of work out some contracts, new things of that nature. But only a 9-point favorite here tonight. So really, if Norwell keeps this thing low scoring, which they probably will, this could be a tight game.
We will take a quick break while a recorded version of the national anthem is played.
A new adventure awaits. Above the clouds, beneath the waves, among the rocks, powered by the light around us, each moment of time is precious. Go higher, deeper, further. Pursue your dreams. Powered by light. Any light never needs a battery. Citizen ProMaster. Go beyond.
Daniel's Jewelers, North Main Street, Bluffton, where personal attention and trust become part of the memory.
Peyton's Northern, a Kroger company, is now hiring. At Peyton's, you'll get a job with career advancement opportunities, employee discounts, and educational assistance. A successful applicant will need to be 18 years of age, have the ability to work weekends, holidays, and overtime, can operate motorized equipment, complete strength and endurance testing, pass a pre-employment and background screens, work 10-hour shifts, and lift 55 pounds. At Peyton's, we offer matching 401k retirement savings, paid incentive days, personal and vacation days. To apply for this opportunity online at jobs.kroger.com.
Welcome back to the Castle. We're just about set for the starting lineups, and we'll join public address announcer Jamie Feldheiser for those.
Starting in the guard, assistant 2-inch senior number 3, Jaguar Jackson. Starting at another guard, accompanying sophomore number 12, Andre Beasley. Starting at another guard, 5'11" sophomore number 22, DeMarcus Hudson. Starting at the other guard, assistant 1-inch freshman number 23, Nayland Thompson. And starting at a former assistant 2-inch junior number 5, Mark Sturm. The head coach for Bishop Luers, Mr. Will Hoovers. And here's the starting lineup for your Norwell Knights. Starting at the guard, assistant 1-inch sophomore number 22, Connor Torsen. Starting at the other guard, assistant 2-inch senior, number 12, Luke Zennis. Starting at the forward, assistant 2-inch senior, number 20, Cole Wilson. Starting at the other forward, assistant 4-inch sophomore, number 15, Will Geiger. And starting at center, assistant 7-inch senior, number 40, Brendan Nicholson.
Once again, those starting lineups for the visitors on the scoreboard. The Bishop Luers Knights, it's Jaguar Jackson, Mark Sturm, Andre Beasley, DeMarcus Hudson, and Nayland Thompson for head coach Will Huberts. For your Norwell Knights, it's Luke Zettis, Will Geiger, Cole Wilson, Connor Torsen, and Brandon Nicholson for head coach Mike McBride.
Kevin Barrow, Jake Linder, James Payne, the three-man crew here at the Castle as we're set to go. Good to see basketball back at the Castle again. We had that missed game with Heritage, but it's good to be back for a 2-game home game stretch here for the Knights.
As it's controlled by Nicholson. Nice pass ahead. And Geiger just, I'm not sure what happened on that, Derek.
Norwell's run that tip play a number of times this year as Luers is going to turn it over. They've run that tip play to success almost every single time, and Geiger missed that by a good margin. So I'm not sure what happened there. It must have slipped out of his hand.
Yeah, I think he must have lost control of it going up as we see that full court defense that you talked about off the inbounds play. Torsen will walk it across the line. He's being guarded by Beasley. They've got the freshman guarding Luke Zetas, I believe. Very hard to read the uniform numbers on these jerseys.
Yeah, it's just
black
an outline.
on black with a red outline. That's Zetas on the wing, as Norwell being very patient here. Wilson, good ball fake, but a good trap by Luers, as they're playing a man-to-man defense, but they really are trapping hard on any kind of drive. At this point in the season, everybody's seen tape and seen a lot of it, as that's Connor Torson. Almost got it to go. Instead, Geiger there with the offensive putback.
Boy, I like the shot by Torson, though.
Yeah, boy, he has not shot the basketball very often at all this season. And putting up a three right off the bat. Their pass is thrown out of bounds by Sturm. That'll be the second turnover on Luers. Luers has not yet taken a shot at the basket. Norwell with 3 attempts already. 6:42 left in this first quarter. DeMarcus Hudson is actually number 22. Boy, I'll tell you what, it is really hard to see those numbers as the Knights commit their first turnover. Inbounding is Jaguar Jackson. Nayland Thompson is being guarded by Luke Zetas. Luke is Norwell's best, certainly on the floor, defender.
I would probably stand to argue that he's Norwell's best and most well-rounded defender on the team.
Yeah, that's a good call. Sturm with a long three, no good, and Torson pulls down the rebound. That was the first shot attempt for Luers this evening. Inside, it's Nicholson, and Nicholson travels.
Yeah, he did. Took an extra step. And through 2 minutes, it's been sloppy, and it's 2-0.
Yep, 4 turnovers already, 2 on each squad. 5:59 left here in this first quarter. Bringing it up will be Jackson. No, that's not Jackson. That is Hudson. Boy, those numbers are just awful to read. Sturm on the baseline. The fadeaway jumper not close. Cole Wilson pulled down the rebound. And the Knights will head the other way and retain possession. Good play by Torson to keep it alive. Almost threw it away a couple of times. Wilson not particularly close on that three, but there's Will Geiger with another offensive rebound and putback.
Now, Norwell's rebounded pretty well so far tonight. The offensive boards have been both of Norwell's baskets.
That's a long three ball, and it is good by Nayland Thompson. He gets on the board with his first shot.
Thompson is a great shooter. He's the only one that can consistently shoot the basketball on this team really well. So as a freshman, that's good to see.
Yeah, it is. He's not real big. I mean, he's built like a freshman, like what you would expect, listed at 6'1".
Yeah, but he's a guard type of player that can get out and run a little bit and stop and pop hit that three. Not a lot of offense in that possession, but when you can create a shot like that and knock it down consistently, that's a good possession.
That shot was nothing but net. Geiger gets the inbounds pass and scores.
Pretty easy for Will, over the top. It's a play Norwell's run a lot this year, so not a surprise that they came with that play here in this first quarter.
Geiger with tonight's first 6 points so far. As we're under 5 minutes, Jackson will leave it for Beasley. Really the first touches Beasley's had. Puts up kind of a wild shot. Wilson pulling down the rebound. And the Knights will head the other way. Torson to the elbow will reset it.
Well, this game maybe not as clean as Norwell would like it, but certainly at Norwell's pace.
Wilson can't get it to go, but there's Geiger with another offensive rebound, and his shot is blocked. But another offensive rebound for Will. I've got him with three of those already. And a traveling call on Luers. Checking in will be Evan Krieger. Krieger is a 6'1" senior. And another substitution is going to check in. That's 35, John Peterson, the 6'1" sophomore. Not a lot of size on this Luers squad. Their tallest is 6'4". Their shortest is 5'8". That's Beasley, number 12. Of course, I don't expect you to be able to read those numbers. Geiger will shoot the elbow jumper, no good. And the rebound controlled by Beasley. into the lane, losing the basketball. That was Thompson.
Good pass.
And the shot missed by Peterson underneath.
Nice find. Good help side defense by Norwell.
Yeah, good rebound by Nicholson as well. Nicholson will get it up and in, and he will go to the line for a three-point play opportunity.
Good to see Brandon become aggressive, and I touched on it in the Huntington game. He's become more consistent for this Norwell team as his senior season has come along. And again, big part of what Norwell does, so it's important that he continue to be a threat offensively for the Knights.
DeMarcus Hudson picks up his first foul, and Brandon good with the three-point play. Knights up by 6 with 3:30 left, and another turnover on Luers. We'll give it back to your Knights. Connor Torson handling it. Luers has stayed in this man-to-man defense. Are you surprised by that, Derek? As Geiger gets free inside, and Luers is going to burn a timeout with Norwell up by 8. It's a 30, so we'll keep it here and let you know that more than just a hardware store, Reed's Do It Best Hardware has a gift shop, paint department, rental department, and yes, hardware. They're open 7 days a week to best serve you, located on Highway 1 North in Bluffton. 3:14 left in this first quarter. Your Knights up by 8. The only points by Luers, a three-pointer by the freshman Nayland Thompson. Will Geiger with 8 of those 11 for Norwell already.
Well, despite the 11-3 score, I think it's probably a good decision by Coach Huberts to go with the man defense because, and I kind of talked about it in the pregame, the 2-3 is so wide open. They leave the gaps so much bigger than a normal team in a normal zone that Norwell attacks the rim pretty well. So I think it's a pretty good decision, just not working out well here so far in this first quarter.
Norwell now in their trap on the drive. That's 22, DeMarcus Hudson.
Yeah, Luers is quicker than Norwell, so I'm not sure that trap's going to work.
Yeah, I don't know that it is. Probably just to show them a little something different. And now Luers has gone to their 2-3 zone off the score. We're looking at the backdoor play there, and it wasn't there.
It will be there. If the Knights are patient enough, it will be there.
They try to loop it into Geiger. He goes up, gets it, and scores. Cole Wilson with the assist.
There's just nothing Luers can do to stop that.
Norwell's lead up to 8. Thompson into the front court. He will go to the rim and get fouled. That'll be on Brandon Nicholson, his first, team's first.
You cannot allow a coast-to-coast play like that in a trapping defense. Got to the rim with relative ease, just kind of wove his way through that defense and got right to the rim.
Just kind of glided to the rim. Thompson with 3 points prior to these free throws and didn't look good on that free throw at all. Mark Sturm will check back into the Luers lineup. Sturm is a 6'2" junior wearing number 5. And Thompson with the second free throw. That wasn't really very close either. Luke Zettis with the rebound. The Knights will head the other way into Nicholson. He kind of bowled his way in there and missed a shot. That was Hudson with the rebound. Quickly the other way. It'll be off of Sturm. And another turnover on Luers. I've got him for 5 already, Derek. 2 minutes even left in this first quarter. The 2-2-1 full court defense being played by Luers here.
Yeah, it kind of seems to me like it's a more high-risk, high-reward type offense where you're going to have a lot of turnovers. You can get baskets sometimes, but the question is how consistently has Geiger's fouled on this end.
Yeah, that's going to be on Mark Sturm. That'll be his first, team's third. Geiger having a large first quarter. He's got 10 already. Norwell's 13 points. Will's been pretty good from the line since the first couple of weeks and drains this one.
Yeah, Coach McBride thought this might be one of the games where Will could maybe get into the 30s just by the sheer style that Luers plays on defense.
Right now he's on pace to be in the 40s. And good on both free throws. I've got him for 12 already. By my high school math, which was a long time ago, that's about 48.
Well removed from your high school years.
Inside, that's Sturm. Good defense by Nicholson. Now Beasley gives it up. Gets it back. That's Thompson. Thompson, good defense by the Knights, although Sturm gets free. I think you're right, Derek. They just don't have much shooting besides Nayland Thompson.
Yeah, they don't, and Norwell's more disciplined on defense and can kind of grind things out longer than a lot of SAC teams can.
Right.
So Luers is used to getting a shot at some point, but they're going to have to wait a lot longer for Norwell, as they're not looking to do a whole lot of anything on this possession as we tick under a minute.
There's the backdoor play. Well defended, but Zetas able to come up with it. Dangerous pass. Now Nicholson on the block. The turnaround, no good. The rebound, batted around. Finally controlled out of there by Beasley. They'll head the other way. Nice kick out to Sturm. Wide open at the free throw line, and he gets this one to go. Sturm with his first 2 points. He's now 1 of 4 from the field. 27 seconds on the clock. Norwell being very patient against this 2-2-1. And they've looked good against it so far.
Yep.
Now, Luers is not trapping out of it. 15 seconds left. Zetas will let it tick down to 10. Now Torsen going to run a little two-man game. Wilson inside to Geiger. Geiger scores. And that will end the first quarter of play here at the Castle. Your Knights with a double-digit lead, 17-7. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
Welcome to the new Heidi Automotive Group. We have a brand new state-of-the-art facility. Now you can shop for a new Chevrolet, Buick, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, or Chrysler at the same location right here in Bluffton, Indiana. We have a huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and crossovers. We focus on quality, and that is why we certify our pre-owned inventory so you get more warranty, free maintenance, and peace of mind. Don't worry about your credit. We have financing options for everyone. Heidi Automotive Group, a new look, but old-fashioned integrity.
Welcome back to the Castle. We're through one quarter of play. It's Norwell 17, Bishop Luers 7, as Norwell kind of took control early and has not since relinquished that lead.
Well, it's been a very simple offense for the Knights so far. Give it to Will Geiger on the block.
Yep.
14 points for Will in the first
and
quarter.
They have not been difficult
shots.
Points to earn.
No. He's 6 of 9 from the field. Outside of that, Norwell 1 of 6. So 7 of 15 in the first quarter. Luers with the basketball to start this quarter. That's Beasley with the basketball. Beasley listed as the smallest guy on the floor right now. That's number 2. With the shot, Krieger, he missed. Quickly the other way, Will Geiger.
That was a nice finish.
Yeah, he just kind of sprinted down to the other end of the floor and laid it up. And they're going to call a foul on Norwell. James Payne with the call. Good to see James. Always good to see James.
Does a lot of SAC games in Fort Wayne as well, so very accustomed to the style.
Cole Wilson picks up his first foul, just the second team foul on the Knights. They've only called 5 fouls so far. And I don't expect this crew to call a lot of fouls.
Nah, and it hasn't been a physical game either.
No. That's Krieger with the basketball. He'll give it up to Sturm, who'll launch a long 3, and Geiger pulls down the rebound.
Geiger's really racking up the boards. He could get a double-double in this first half.
Yeah, it's very possible. I've got him for 5 rebounds so far. Levi Leidig into the lineup for the Knights out of the quarter break and throws it away. That'll be the 3rd turnover on the Knights here in this first half. It's Wilson, Torsen, Geiger, Nicholson, and Leidig on the floor. That's Thompson with the basketball. Thompson is a freshman. You don't expect him to be too awfully aggressive, as they say it's off of Will Geiger. It'll remain Luers basketball. He's obviously their most talented player, but he's not demanding the ball at all. Luke Zettis will check back in for the Knights. Cole Wilson will take a seat. Also in for the first time, Quentin Purdy will check in for Brandon Nicholson. 6:46 left in this first half. Norwell up by 12 already. And Luers able to get the basketball in. Coach McBride in sweats this evening. Went with a little bit different attire for the coaching staff. Typically they're in ties. There's Beasley.
3-game week. You can only pull out the tie so many times in the same week.
Yeah, exactly. On the drive, that's Thompson. Can't get it to go, and Geiger pulls down another rebound. Knights will head the other way. Luke Zetta slows it down. Luke, of course, wearing the mask from the broken nose he suffered. That was against Northfield, I believe. Certainly on the road. We weren't around. We were at the girls' game that evening.
As at Bishop Luers.
Yep. There's Geiger, just gets to the rim. Oh, and they just...
no answer.
No.
He just will not be stopped this evening.
No. I've got him for 18. Yeah, all
18
but 3.
of the 21.
Yeah, nice move inside. That was Evan Krieger with the basket, the twisting layup. Purdy looking for help, double teamed on the block.
Good find.
Gets it out to Leidig. Leidig for 3.
That was a real nice find by Purdy. Real patient, didn't panic, and found the open man top of the key.
Yeah, good to see Levi knock down that shot. He has not taken a whole lot of shots in the last series of games. Thompson with another miss. Geiger with another rebound. The Knights slowing it down. Luers back into their man-to-man defense. Leidig on the wing, being guarded by a much taller DeMarcus Hudson. He's going to have to get open to, or be wide open to shoot that shot. There's Luke Zettis for 3, no good. And Geiger pulls down another offensive rebound. That's Purdy on the miss. Geiger with the rebound and the score.
I don't understand. Not even putting a body on Geiger on the rebound.
Yeah, they are not coming close to guarding Will Geiger, and it's not like Will's, putting on a bunch of moves to fake him out or anything. I mean, he's just going straight to the rim.
Yeah, he's much stronger than anybody else on the floor, too.
Yeah, very, very strong kid. That foul was called on Zettis, his first. It sends Thompson to the line, and Thompson now 0 for 3 from the free throw line. Checking back in for the Knights. Actually, who checked back in? Oh, Brandon Nicholson checked back in. Geiger takes a seat.
Leidig came out as well.
Yeah, Wilson's back in there.
Yep.
Thompson trying to knock down a free throw. Does this time. And it's a 16-point game. Remember, Norwell was favored by 9 in this one.
Yeah, the way this has started, Norwell looks much more in command than a 9-point game.
Yep. Zettis on the wing. Thought about the 3. He's only taken one shot this evening. That's Wilson off the double team. Zettis with the pull-up jumper. Good. Nice move by Luke.
Good to see him knock that down from about 15 on the baseline.
Yeah, Coach McBride talked about, after the Huntington game, wanting him specifically to use that move. That'll be another turnover on Luers, their 6th of the first half. 3:57 left in this second quarter. Your Knights up by 18 versus the Bishop Luers Knights.
28, a number we haven't seen Norwell hit that often in any first half, and there's still 4 minutes left.
Yep. Torsen leaves it for Wilson. Luers has just really struggled with figuring out how to stop the Knights Torsen leaves it for Purdy. Nice feed. Purdy can't get it to go, and pulling down the rebound is Sturm.
Real nice play, just not a finish there by Purdy.
Sturm will drive and miss it. Rebound pulled out of there by Connor Torsen. I've got him for 2 rebounds now. There's a turnover by the Knights. The layup is good by Jaguar Jackson. He gets on the board for the first time. 4 turnovers now on Norwell. Oh, that was a tough pick there by Cole Wilson. He was fortunate a foul wasn't called. Wilson spins, loses it, gets it back, and now a reach-in foul is going to be called, I believe, on Mark Sturm. It is his second. Team's 4th foul. Purdy will take a seat as Geiger checks back in, and also now checking in for Luers for the first time will be number 15, Norman Kanapke. Handsome man bun going on there for Norman.
Wonder if any relation to the Kanapke sisters.
Could be.
That have had a lot of success at Luers.
Yeah. As I recall, no buns for the Kanapke girl.
No, braids.
Yep, that's right. As Wilson is blocked, but Geiger's there to clean up the rebound and the putback. Quickly the other way, a foul's going to be called on the Knights.
Touch foul, and it's been called a couple times tonight. Just putting the hand on the guard right as the drive is beginning.
Foul was called on Cole Wilson, actually. Wilson picks up his second. He takes a seat. Leidig checks back in. 2:37 left here in this first half. Also, we missed a substitution there. Oh, Jaguar Jackson is back in. That's Peterson with the basketball. Kanapke in the corner. Jackson will try to drive, throws up the prayer, and it goes in. So Jackson with baskets for Luers in back-to-back possessions. Knights lead still at 16. Zetas is being guarded by Hudson. Hudson and Thompson have both not taken a seat for Luers yet this evening. Leidig, dangerous cross-court pass, but it gets through to Zetas. Zetas has his pocket pick. And heading the other way will be Hudson. Hudson with the left-handed layup. Nice move for DeMarcus Hudson. I've got him for 4 now.
That was off a turnover basically created by Luke Zetas as he just kind of dribbled it off his knee trying to drive, and it's down to 14.
Yeah, it is not playing with a mask on your easy playing with a mask on your face. Very difficult. Affects your breathing. As
nice
Peterson
rebound.
Is bowled out of the way by Geiger. Geiger gets another rebound. And finally coming out of there with it was Kanapke. Up and in.
Well, here's what
Marcus Hudson.
Here's what we talked about: a team that can score real quick. 8 points in the matter of about a minute.
Yeah.
And Luers really right back in this thing. It's down to 12.
That's Zetas with the basketball. Nicholson gets it inside and is going to score. That was a bit of a delayed call. Daniel Hughes is going to get called for the foul, I believe. Yep. It'll send Nicholson to the line attempting his second three-point play of the evening. Purdy checks back in for the Knights. Purdy with a couple of shot attempts. Hadn't had a chance to have one go down yet. Nicholson unable to get the free throw to go down, and Napke pulled down the rebound. That's Jackson with the basketball. 44 seconds left. Peterson, who's made some quiet contributions. Wild shot again. And Jaguar Jackson now with 6 points in the second quarter.
Boy, they're just kind of willing things in. I mean, that's very difficult shots. Norwell, not a whole lot Norwell could have done better on that possession defensively. Just created a basket.
22 seconds left in this first half. Geiger with the basketball. He has had a monstrous first half. 8 points in the second quarter, and it's not close to what he had in the first. 6 seconds. Will pulls up for the jumper from the elbow. That's not his shot. And, boy, that could have been a traveling call on DeMarcus Hudson. Instead, it's a missed shot. And we will go to halftime with Norwell up 32-20. We'll take a break. Be back with your halftime show after these words from our sponsors.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best. Visit online at GrableInsurance.com or stop by the office on Pony Express Run, next door to the Leo Post Office, and talk to any of the friendly agents that would be happy to help you. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of high school athletics.
And they bring the ball down across the timeline. Wingman is open. He dribbles around, finds an open man in the corner, jumps, shoots, scores. Hi, Tim Steffen Financial Group. Wish your retirement was as easy as jump, shoot, score? Come to see us at our office at 110 West Cherry Street or call us, please, at 824-8175. Let us work for you to reach your financial goals. Jump, shoot, score. Let us help you with that. Steffen Financial Group, 824-8175, 110 West Cherry Street, Bluffton, Indiana. Securities offered through Thurston Springer Financial, member FINRA and SIPC. Some insurance products also offered through Thurston Springer. Tim Steffen is a registered associate of Thurston Springer and is doing business as Steffen Financial Group. Steffen Financial Group is independent of Thurston Springer.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do. You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Reed's Do It Best Hardware and Gift Shop is so much more than a hardware store. They have a newly expanded housewares department. They carry Melissa and Doug toys, Yankee candles, and Willow Tree collectibles. Think of Reed's Gift Shop year-round for baby gifts, birthday, anniversary, showers, and for those everyday items you need to pick up. Men, you can get your hardware supplies and a gift for the woman in your life all in one stop. Reed's Do It Best Hardware and Gift Shop, open 7 days a week on Highway 1 North in Bluffton. We appreciate your business.
At First Bank of Bern, we follow a set of ideals and values that define who we are. Honesty, integrity, respect, and compassion. They guide us every day in our work and in our lives because we believe banking should be easy and everyone should be treated with respect regardless of their account size. It's why people have trusted us with their banking for generations. It makes us who we are. First Bank of Bern. We believe in the value of people. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Castle. We're at halftime. Norwell leads at 32-20, and it has been in control for the majority of this one. Got out to an 11-3 start, forcing a Will Hubert's timeout, and they still lead it by 12. And Greg, you have the halftime statistics.
Well, it was all Will Geiger in the first half, but first we'll talk about the Bishop Luers Knights. They trail by a dozen. I had them 9 of 20 from the field in the first half. That's 45%. 1 of 6 from beyond the arc, 17%, and then 1 of 4 from the free throw line. So it's been a struggle shooting for Luers so far this evening. They also committed 6 turnovers and had just 6 rebounds on the evening so far. Leading the way from a scoring perspective, Jaguar Jackson and DeMarcus Hudson with 6 points apiece. Nayland Thompson had 4 on 1 of 3 shooting. I was a little surprised to see him only take 3 shots, and he was 1 of 4 from the free throw line, the only one to shoot free throws for Luers so far this evening. Had a couple players with 2. Evan Krieger was 1 of 2 for 2 points, and Mark Sturm was 1 of 6 for 2 points, for the total of 20 for Luers in the first half. For your Norwell Knights, They were 14 of 30 in the first half. That's 47%. 1 of 4 from beyond the arc and 3 of 4 from the line. I had them committing 5 turnovers and 19 rebounds to Luers 6 in the first half. 8 of them were offensive.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
You know, they've just dominated on the offensive boards, and mostly it's been Will Geiger. I think for 12 rebounds in the first half to go along with 22 points. Didn't miss a whole lot of shots. 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 2 of 2 from the free throw line in the first half. I had him taken 16 shots in the first half, and he made 12 of them.
Wow.
No, 11 of them in the first half.
Well, there were Norwell basically executing their game plan to perfection in that first half. Coach McBride said the 3 most important things to do were to contest jumpers, which they've done well, attack inside, which they've also done well, and be active on the boards, which they've done tremendously well. So, for Norwell, really good to see them do a lot of things well. Norwell's starting to play better basketball. The reality of it is maybe the results aren't exactly what they want, but they're doing what they want more. The rebounding numbers have gotten much better over the last couple of games. They really struggled there for about a 4-game stretch and a couple of conference games in there, which really hurt them. But outside of that, they've rebounded well as a whole on the year. And they're doing a lot of things well. So a 12-point lead here at halftime, just got to figure out a way to close this one out. And if you're talking about comparing it to a sectional week, you really don't care by how many you win by. You don't care how pretty you look. Right. The fact of the matter is you just got to find a way to win.
The Knights did have a couple other players that scored in the first half. Brandon Nicholson had 5 on 2 of 4 shooting, 1 of 2 from the line. Levi Leidig with 3, hit a 3-pointer on 2 attempts from the field. And then Luke Zettis was 1 of 2 from the field as well. So the Knights with a 12-point lead here at the Castle. I'm going to take a quick break, Derek, and we'll be right back with the balance of the halftime show after these words.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
Do you know a 7th grader looking for a fun place to spend time with friends? Are you looking for an environment where your teen is surrounded by positive role models? These days, your middle school student is probably very interactive, but is he or she active? 7th grade is a time when sports become more competitive and provide less opportunity for the average child to be involved in physical activity. The YMCA wants to emphasize the value of a healthy lifestyle by offering a free Y membership to every 7th grader in Allen, Whitley, and Wells counties. It's the wise way of giving back to this community. Students thrive in a safe environment where they can grow in spirit, mind, and body. Get to your local Y and sign your 7th grader up for a free Y membership. It's that simple. Offer good for every 7th grader residing in Allen, Whitley, and Wells counties. For more information, stop by your local Y or visit fwymca.org or email hereforyou@fwymca.org.
At First Bank of Bern, we believe free should mean free. Not kind of free. Completely free. That's exactly what our free and easy checking account is. Free of fees, free of hassles, free of catches. You also get a free Visa check card, free online banking, free mobile banking, free telephone banking, free text and email alerts, and free e-statements. You get all this when you sign up for free and easy checking from First Bank of Bern. It's that simple. First Bank of Bern. Member FDIC.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accept.
Welcome back to the Castle. We will begin the third quarter. Norwell leads at 32-20, and they'll have the basketball.
Luers putting a little pressure on in the backcourt. I don't think you're going to see too much of that 2-2-1, though, here in the second half. Norwell did not have much trouble with it at all. Geiger gets the ball on the post. They doubled him that time as Luke Zetas in and out, but right there is Brandon Nicholson, another offensive rebound for the Knights. More points off the offensive backboards for Norwell. They've just dominated. I've got them now for 9 offensive rebounds. And that's accounted for a lot of their point total at this point. Norwell's lead back up to 14. In the corner, that's Nayland Thompson, no good. Sturm is going to be fouled on the rebound.
Well, that time Norwell not able to get a rebound. So that's what created the second opportunity for Bishop Luers, and they go to the line.
It'll be Mark Sturm shooting a pair of free throws. That foul was called on Geiger, his first. Boy, and Luers really struggling from the free throw line. I've got him now 1 of 5. Not a lot of free throws shot by either team, just a total of 8 in the first half. Norwell hit 3 of their 4. Luers hit 1. Sturm's second free throw right in there. Zetas will bring it up himself across the timeline. The starters back in for both squads to start this second half. Torsen, Geiger, Zetas, Nicholson, and Wilson for the Knights. As we tick toward the 7-minute mark. Wilson wide open for 3, no good. Geiger got his hands on it, couldn't hold on to it, and coming out of there with it was Beasley, actually, the smallest guy on the floor. It's out of bounds. It'll remain Luers basketball. That was DeMarcus Hudson with the miss. Beasley had pulled down the rebound on the other end. That's right. Sturm, who is not hesitant to shoot, throws up an air ball, and Geiger credited with the defensive rebound this time. Sturm is now 1 of 7 from the field. And you know his misses haven't been that close either. Geiger's going to be fouled on the feed from Zetas.
Just not smart shots. Just not taking quality looks.
Jaguar Jackson is going to pick up his second foul. First in the second half against Luers. Geiger open underneath on the inbounds play. How do you let that happen? Connor Torsen picks up another assist. On an inbounds play, Will Geiger was wide open underneath.
Yeah.
Sturm forces it, blocked by Geiger. Beasley for 3, good.
Oh, he bricked it in. Nice soft touch off the back iron, I suppose.
Yeah, Geiger with now a block to his credit. That was Hudson on the drive, or it was Sturm on the drive, excuse me. Evan Krieger's going to check back in for the Bishop Luers Knights. Norwell retaining possession, their own end. 5:59 on the clock here in this third quarter. Geiger will go well beyond the three-point line for the basketball. Looking for help, finds Nicholson. They work it around against Luers' man-to-man defense. Zetas in the lane will kick it. Wilson on the drive, throws it up and scores. Nice move by Cole Wilson.
Played through some contact there as well. Nice finish by Cole.
That's his first points of the evening. He had been 0 for 4 to that point. Nayland Thompson currently being guarded by Brandon Nicholson. A bit of a size mismatch there. Sturm in the corner. That's Krieger, and the Luers will reset. Hudson leaves it for Sturm. Sturm tries to drive into the lane. The turnaround. Hey, gets it to go. Mark Sturm with his third point of the second half. 5 overall. Norwell's lead down to 12. That's what Norwell led by at halftime as we tick under 5 minutes.
Luers has done a nice job of kind of keeping the margin doable here in the second half. Nice finish by Brandon. Got 2 chances at it, and he better finish the second time, and he did. So nice strength by the senior again.
Yeah, the Luers just cannot get a rebound right now.
Oh, wow, they're very undisciplined. They're not. They don't box out much at all.
Beasley launches another 3. Nicholson pulls down the rebound. Well, Beasley hit his first one. The Knights are just destroying Luers on the backboards as Geiger couldn't get that one to go. Pulling down the rebound was Thompson. That's Sturm for 3, and he gets this one to go. So Mark Sturm steps out and scores. The lead down to 11. 3:54 left in this third quarter. That's Torsen with the basketball. Connor took a 3 early on in this game, which he's not taken many of those over the course of the season. Nicholson's going to be fouled on the drive. DeMarcus Hudson's going to pick up his second foul. Second of the second half for Luers as well. Brandon Nicholson, actually, he missed his last free throw. He didn't miss a whole lot of free throws. 1 for 2 on the evening. They were both on the back ends of baskets, so Brandon a little off. Leidig's going to check in and replace Luke Zettis. Also, Jaguar Jackson back in there for Luers as Beasley will take a seat. Andre Beasley 1 of 2 from beyond the arc, and Nicholson 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Quentin Purdy's going to check in for Nicholson. I've got Nicholson now with 10 points on the evening in double figures. His rebound total also starting to mount. That's Nayland Thompson. He's being guarded by Torsen. Boy, tough play. Sturm into the lane, flips up the half hook, can't get it to go, and Geiger with another rebound. Geiger, little stop and go move, spins into the lane, blocked by Sturm. Good defense there by Mark Sturm. And a foul is going to be called on Norwell on the other end. Cole Wilson picks up his third foul with 3:12 left in this third quarter. Sturm on the inbound leaves it for Krieger. Krieger, who's only taken a couple shots on the evening, hit one of them, gets the pass on the post and can't get it to go. Levi Leidig pulls down the rebound. Knights will head the other way against some pressure. They got numbers. Purdy, good ball fake, can't get it to go. Geiger there for the offensive rebound and put back. I'll tell you, the offensive rebound totals may be one of the most lopsided I've seen. That's Jackson for 3, no good, and Wilson pulls down the rebound. Quickly the other way, Leidig will pull it back out for Torsen. Wilson will drive. The little scoop shot goes. Cole with 4 points now in the quarter. Norwell's lead back up to 16. That's as big as it's been.
Yeah, Bishop Luers has just had 0 success on the boards, especially defensively. It's allowed a lot of putback chances for Norwell.
Mark Sturm now with, I've got him for 10 points. Quickly the other way. That was Leidig. Levi with his 5th point. Quickly the other way, Krieger, and Krieger lays it up and in. And it is a layup line right now. Not a lot of defense really either way. Just in the last few possessions, Purdy probably got away with a travel there. Couldn't get it to go. That was Hudson that pulled down the rebound. He's got the basketball. Sturm being guarded by Geiger will leave it for Thompson. Thompson just has not done a whole lot in this game. The tough scoop shot doesn't go. Wilson pulling down the rebound. Quickly the other way. And Cole.
Kind of getting out of control a little bit here.
Yeah, it's really the pace of the game is just kind of run and throw it up as Sturm hits another shot. His second three of the third quarter. It's a 30-second timeout called by Bishop Luers, I believe. Yep. So we'll keep it here and let you know that if you're looking for a local bank you can really depend on, come to First Bank of Bern. They provide service that other banks only dream about with 8 convenient locations near you. And Derek here with 1:03 left in this third quarter. Norwell, it's felt like Norwell's really been in control the entirety of this basketball game so far.
Yeah, it has. Norwell, the lead has been about 12 since late in the first quarter, so they've done a nice job just kind of keeping it at more than an arm's length away. It's been to the point where Norwell has been forced to score consistently because Luers is, quite frankly, creating some shots that I can't believe have gone in. But
most of them have not.
Right, and on the offensive end, Norwell getting pretty much everything they want. And if they don't make the shot, they're getting a putback basket anyway by Will Geiger or Brandon Nicholson. So, they're scoring every single time down the floor. So it's tough for Luers to get back into it when you can't box out and get a rebound.
Now, Mark Sturm has really heated up. He's
kept Luers in the game.
12 points now, 9 so far here in the third quarter. Under a minute, underneath Nicholson's shot off the side of the backboard was pulled out of there by Krieger.
It was either partially blocked or he got fouled, one of the two.
Krieger will put up the jumper on the other end and score.
It's the first time Luers has had it in single digits for quite a while.
That was a good-looking shot from Evan Krieger.
Yeah, that was a better shot.
Purdy tries to force it inside to Nicholson.
Remember, Luers has had a lot of close games to the point where it's 8, 10, 12 points. Game like this where, of course, not sure how the pace of those particular games went, but they're capable of keeping things close and making you sweat a little bit.
14 seconds left in this third quarter. Peterson in there, by the way, for Luers, guarding Levi Leidig right now.
Got to go.
Yeah, 4 seconds, and a foul is going to be called on Evan Krieger. That'll be his first. Norwell kind of bailed out by that, but there's only 2.1 seconds on the clock.
That's enough time to run a play. Gets you a couple dribbles and a shot off.
Torsen and Geiger are going to check back in. Norwell trying to score to end this third quarter as Leidig and Purdy take a seat. Well, they've got enough time to get a decent shot off. By the way, Federspiel in there as well for the Knights. Geiger shoots the ball, no shot on the play. So the third quarter will end with Norwell on top, 47-38. We'll take a break and be right back.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Welcome back to the Castle. 47-38, Norwell lead through 3. It'll be Luers basketball coming out of the quarter break. So what that means is Luers can really get back into this thing, potentially could cut it to a 2-possession game with a triple on this possession. So the Knights are not out of the woods yet. They've got to figure out a way to get some stops, which they've done a nice job of. But the offense has kind of gone dry the last couple of possessions. So got to figure out a way to clean that up a little bit. Still in control right now, but Luers not far from making this thing really tight.
Very few free throws shot in this game. Luers 2 of 6 from the line. Norwell 4 of 6. Jackson to Peterson in the corner. That's Krieger. Krieger to Kanapke, who came in off the quarter break. Couldn't get it to go, and Geiger with another rebound.
Yeah, you might see Norwell slow it down now with a 9-point lead and play more Norwell basketball, Coach McBride basketball, if you will.
That's Cole Wilson with the ball. Norwell's had it pretty easy from a scoring standpoint tonight, as Geiger is going to be fouled on the drive.
Well, that's what you got to do. When you need offense, you go to Will Geiger. So
Geiger, I've got him for 26 points so far on the evening, just 4, though, in that third quarter.
Yep.
Foul was called on John Peterson. Peterson, one of the younger players in the Luers lineup. He's just a sophomore, as Geiger knocks down his first one. Will perfect from the line so far tonight. That made him 4 of 4. He'll try to make it a perfect 5. And he can't get it to go. And there's my jinx again, as Krieger throws it away. I'm not sure what Krieger was thinking there, throwing it in on the wrong end of the floor. The Knights will reset their offense, leading by 10. Nicholson being guarded by Kanapke. Kanapke is a junior. I wonder if he is related to those girls, as Geiger gets to the rim and scores. I didn't know if they call that on the floor or not, Derek.
Well, they didn't. They are going to give the continuation to Will there.
John Peterson picks up his second foul. And Geiger back to the line, where we just saw him. This time he will convert the three-point play. Norwell's lead back up to 13. Well, Luers had it down to 9 there for a couple of minutes. And there's Jaguar Jackson with the miss. Nicholson pulling down the rebound.
Silly shot.
Yeah, that's very early in the set. Didn't quite understand that. Luke Zettis will give it up to Wilson. Starters are on the floor right now for the Knights. Wilson on the drive and scores with the left hand.
And Norwell has already eclipsed their season average of about 49.5 offensively.
Yep.
Trying to keep Luers, I believe, right just under 50 is the defensive average for Norwell. So actually averaging getting outscored on the season.
Yep.
And you would expect that to be pretty close considering a 10-9 record.
Jackson with another miss there. Geiger with another rebound. I have him for a ton of rebounds, Derek. Inside as Nicholson scores. Brandon in double figures as well. Kanapke will kick it out to Peterson. Peterson has not taken a shot yet. Yeah, he did. He took a shot way back in the first quarter. There's Jackson, and Jaguar Jackson hits his first 3 ball.
Not afraid to put it up.
Nope, they are not. Well, you know, you might as well play that way.
Yeah.
One win on the season.
Oh, you got nothing to lose. Just got to play free now.
That pass taken away from Brandon Nicholson. You know, I had no turnovers in that third quarter, Derek.
Yeah, Norwell.
By either squad.
Wow. Norwell did a much better job of taking care of the ball after that first quarter. Really sloppy coming out of the gate, and then kind of got things under control. And
Sturm, Beasley, and Thompson all back into the Luers lineup.
Which means there's only been 12 turnovers in this game, 6 on each team. So that's we thought it may be more sloppy than it is now. We were on pace for, well, there's number 7 on the Knights, as Will Geiger just kind of expected Cole Wilson to come back towards the baseline, and instead he was going downriver.
Yeah, there was 6 turnovers by Luers in the first half, just 2 here in the second, according to my book. Norwell with 5 in the first half, just 2 here in the second as well. All those turnovers in the second half in the fourth quarter. So not a lot of possessions being given up by either team via the turnover.
And both teams have been fairly efficient. Not a lot of missed chances, especially for Norwell.
Sturm tried to get it inside, threw it away as Nicholson with the steal.
Yeah, the pass was just too weak to go that far on the baseline, and Nicholson stepped right in the lane.
Yep. Zettis the other way, gives it up. Yeah, that's a great pass by Luke Zettis.
Well, Luke Zettis, he's done it again. He had a great pass on Friday at Huntington. Oh, there's a banked-in 3.
That was Nayland Thompson, his second 3 of the game. I'm sure he called bank.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Luke Zettis quickly the other way, and a pretty much uncontested layup for Luke.
Luke kind of turning it on here.
Here's Thompson the other way. He misses, and Nicholson pulls down the rebound. Torsen loses it, but Norwell will retain possession.
I think it's good for Norwell at times to kind of push a little bit and see what you can get. Not sure what the whistle was for.
Yeah.
As Coach McBride wants a timeout.
It's going to be a full timeout, so we'll take a break with the Knights up by 15. We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors.
The Bowling Center in Bluffton has adult youth double leagues with 1 adult and 1 youth per team, or 2 youth may make a team starting soon. The leagues are 10 weeks long and everyone plays every frame. With 22 lanes, there is plenty of excitement to go around. So stop by to practice or come relax with friends. And don't forget about Friday Fun. From 12 noon to 6 p.m., only $1 per game and 50-cent shoe rental in a smoke-free environment. The Bowling Center is located at 1231 South Main Street in Bluffton. Visit bowlbluffton.com.
Welcome back to the Castle. Norwell 59, Luers 44, 4:19 to play in this one in front of a fairly light crowd here this evening. Second to last home game for the Knights as senior night coming up on Friday night. Jay County coming to the Castle. Should be a fun night. And then, of course, it won't be Norwell's last game here as they will host Sectional 23 for the first time on the boys' side in probably 4 or 5 years at least. And so
I know they had the sectional here in 12.
I'm guessing that's probably the last time.
Yeah, so 5 seasons in between. Zetas just goes right around the defender, can't get it to go, and the rebound finally corralled by Peterson. Luke, a good move.
Yep.
And quickly the other way, a foul's going to be called. That's Beasley on the drive.
Brandon on the foul. And
excuse me, that was Hudson on the drive.
Nicholson, when you come down, as first of all, he actually did 2 things wrong there. He got off his feet, number one, put his body into him, and then he swatted down. And that's going to be, both of those things are going to be fouled more times than not.
Every time. DeMarcus Hudson heads to the line for the first time on the evening. As we mentioned, not a lot of free throws taken by either team. Jaguar Jackson will check back in for Luers. Also, Daniel Hughes, I believe. It's either Hughes or Krieger over there. Set to check in for the shooter. And good on the second free throw is DeMarcus Hudson. Yeah, Daniel Hughes checks in. Daniel, he's a 6-foot senior. 1 of 3 on this Luers squad. Zetas being guarded by Jackson across the timeline. Now Torsen. Under 4 minutes left in this one. Norwell jumped out to an early lead. They led 17-7 after the first quarter, and they've just kind of kept it between there and 16 pretty much the rest of the way. There was a brief period of time when Luers had it within 9.
Right at the end of the third quarter.
Yep. Wilson able to get the basketball back. Hughes really working hard on defense. He's guarding Brandon Nicholson. 3:32, long possession here for the Knights as Nicholson tries to get to the rim. He does. Just kind of tossed it up there as he drew the contact. He'll go to the line for another potential three-point play.
Third opportunity to get that done here tonight. And Brandon really, I like to see him get aggressive. Normally that's probably just going to be a foul, and he's going to be going to the line for 2. But it's nice to see him finish as well. As Norwell, he's going to have a shot here. They've got 62. The all-time high under Coach McBride in 2 seasons is 70 against Eastbrook. They're going to have a legitimate shot to break that here tonight.
That was Jaguar Jackson. And here's the difference, Derek. I so vividly remember this. The 12 team that we just talked about averaged, I believe, 74 points a game.
Yeah.
Averaged 74 points a game.
Yeah.
I know they scored over 100 at least twice.
Yeah. Woodland.
Yep.
South Adams.
And
They
were in the 90s numerous times. I remember one of just a beautiful first game up at Fremont.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They put up 92 or 96.
Yeah, that was about a 45-point win.
Yeah. Yep.
And they played almost perfect basketball.
They did. They didn't miss many shots. As Cole Wilson just kind of looked like a layup line on that drive.
Yeah, and what we've seen here in the second half is Luers has kind of melted down on defense. They're just, I think they just got tired, really fatigued, and it shows, and really not contesting anything anymore when the Knights attack to the basket.
Another turnover. I've got Luers now with 4 in the fourth quarter. 2:37 left in this one. That's Geiger underneath. He scores. Geiger with a bunch of points this evening. That was an assist for Brandon Nicholson. It gave him a really good feed. He had 22 at halftime. I got him for 33. As Thompson goes down, a foul's going to be called. And he's hurting a little bit. Kind of went down on his tailbone. Cole Wilson picks up his 4th foul. And Coach McBride's going to clear his bench. Federspiel, Leidig, Purdy, and Landon Geiger all in for the Knights. Galen Thompson getting to his feet. I think he's going to be okay. It's going to be sore in the morning, though.
Yeah.
His feet kind of went out from under him.
Yeah, and he fell. Anytime you fall right on your back like that, it's gonna sting a little bit.
Yeah, it is. The freshman goes to the bench, so shooting, well, it's not a shooting foul. It'll be Luers basketball out underneath. Just a 4th team foul on the Knights.
So we've got Leidig, Geiger, Federspiel, Purdy, and Reeser on the floor. Trey Reeser seeing his first minutes tonight. A little surprised by that.
Yeah. Trey had been seeing some early minutes off the bench. Another turnover on Luers. Purdy coming up with a basketball, and Leidig will bring it up for the Knights. Just over 2 minutes left in this one. Leidig, he's got 5 points. We'll give it to Reeser, and Reeser with a long 2 gives Norwell a 23-point lead. Kanapke bowls his way in.
They're going to count it.
Oh, my goodness. That you had to see to believe.
We've seen a couple of them tonight. Actually, this
Landon
is
Geiger on the foul there.
Good to see a lot of these guys on the floor. You're looking at a lot of varsity players next year.
Yep.
Potentially, minus Reeser, you're looking at basically your varsity team next season, more than likely.
Kanapke on the baseline, no good. And Geiger with a rebound. Landon also picked up the foul there on the previous possession.
And Greg, as we kind of preview next season, that JV team has a few streaky shooters on it, and they can get hot. They can put up some points as Reeser goes off glass to put Norwell across the 70-point threshold.
Pretty shot there from Reeser. Kind of a driving, floating bank shot high off the glass. Beasley will kick it out. And a long 3, not particularly close.
Norwell needs 1 basket to get the all-time high.
Well, Federspiel couldn't get it to go, and neither could Levi Leidig. That was Kanapke with the rebound on the other end. Foul's going to be called on the Knights, and it'll go on Trey Reeser. That's his first. Team 6. So each team now has 6 fouls in the second half.
Eli Riley's set to check in here between free throws as well.
I'm going to have to move my numbers down, Derek, as the last 2 players on Norwell's roster, Drew Federspiel and Eli Riley, both in the game right now. That was Daniel Hughes actually at the line. Hughes, one of those seniors, and he's 1 of 2 from the line. We're up by 22 with just 44 seconds left. Purdy into the front court. Leave it for, that was Landon Geiger with the basketball. Federspiel gives it to Riley. Of course, we watched all these guys in the JV game. That was a win for the Knights as well. Won by 7, I think. And Norwell just trying to control the basketball. Probably Purdy was wide open underneath. It's off of Luers. It'll remain Norwell's ball with 16.8 on the clock.
entire Norwell bench and all the freshman players, JV players left behind it has come to its feet. A nice overpowering win here for Norwell as they win more than likely by 22. It's probably going to be the last possession of the game.
Yeah, unless Luers gets a steal, Norwell is not going to try to score, I don't believe. Underneath, Geiger will hold it, and that will end it. Your final here at the Castle, Norwell 70, Luers 48. Norwell goes to 11-9 on the season. Luers falls to 1-17. We'll be back to talk about it after these words from our sponsors.
At Pizza Hut, our original pan dough rises fresh every day, making it crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. And now you can get our original pan as part of the $6.99 any deal. That's 2 medium pizzas with any toppings, any crust, any specialty for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Get the $6.99 any deal at your local Pizza Hut on North Main Street in Bluffton.
At First Bank of Bern, we believe in supporting growing businesses. And in our community, that means a lot. We believe it's important to have a local perspective. Our agribusiness professionals are from here, so they understand what it takes for agribusinesses to succeed, like having the right banking solutions to keep agribusiness thriving, from traditional accounts to cash management and equipment loans to crop insurance. We believe we can help your business grow. First Bank of Bern, member FDIC.
Are you looking for a job or know of someone who is? Peyton's Northern, a Kroger company, is now hiring. At Peyton's, you'll get a job with career advancement opportunities. Operate motorized equipment, complete strength and endurance testing, pass a pre-employment and background screens, work 10-hour shifts, and lift 55 pounds. At Peyton's, we offer matching 401k retirement savings, paid incentive days, personal and vacation days, and you'll receive Kroger benefits after 60 days. All qualified applicants are encouraged to apply for this opportunity online at jobs.kroger.com. Click on Logistics and Distribution Jobs and search for Bluffton. For questions, call Peyton Staffing Center at 260-827-2108 or 2109. That's jobs.kroger.com. 260-827-2108. Peyton's Northern, now hiring.
I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic in Bluffton. My goal with chiropractic treatment is to make you feel and function better by providing neurostructural corrections to help put your spine back into alignment, to strengthen your nerve system, and to relieve nerve pain. We strive to help you heal and stay healthy for years to come. Our full-service chiropractic team in Bluffton provides corrective exercises, lifestyle advice, along with spinal and postural screenings. We're also providers of custom rapid weight loss programs. Lose weight fast now, 20, 30, 40 pounds, with a doctor-supervised weight loss system. To learn more or schedule an appointment, call Corrective Chiropractic today at 260-353-1400. Serving Bluffton, Yoder, Decatur, Bern, Montpelier, and the surrounding area. Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza, Bluffton, Indiana.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice in Northern Indiana. Are you suffering from chronic pain? Maybe you just had a knee replacement, or are an athlete injured during a recent game, or just someone who tweaked your back perfecting your golf swing. Choose IPT for your physical therapy. IPT is a cost-effective therapy provider who accepts all insurance plans. We offer the highest credentialed and most reputable staff in the area. We're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and can schedule you the same day you call. You can find any of our 17 Indiana Physical Therapy locations near you and know that we will assist you in getting you back to work, play, and life. Contact IPT or your physician to start your therapy today. Celebrating 29 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit indianapt.com.
welcome back to the Castle, wrapping things up. Norwell wins at 70-48. And here with the final statistics, ladies and gentlemen, Greg Van Meter.
Ooh, putting the pressure on me, brother. Give that headset to Mike McBride, head coach Mike McBride joining us here, and we'll have to wrap up. We'll have to let Derek talk for a little bit while I wrap up the stats.
I understand. I'm sure he won't have any issues with that, will he?
No, he'll be fine. He's pretty good at that.
I think he does a great job.
Yeah,
I think both of you guys do a great job. I appreciate it.
Well, I'll tell you what, fun one to watch tonight. Coach is really, it felt like he had control of this one from the tip.
Yeah, we felt like coming in that they were going to have a hard time handling us inside, and we felt Geiger and Nicholson could be a real issue for them, and obviously that was the case, especially Geiger. Geiger was really, really difficult for him in the first half. We thought Brandon had a couple opportunities he didn't convert on early, but we just thought that they were going to have a hard time keeping us off the offensive glass and keeping us from scoring down inside. And then we also felt like we could get Zetas and Wilson some drives to the baskets, and we did start to get that more into the fourth quarter. I thought we did a better job of utilizing that in the fourth quarter. I
had Will for 34 and 16. I had him for a double-double in the first half.
Yeah, he had a monster first half, and then the third quarter, I mean, he was it didn't seem like he got some of the opportunities in the third quarter, but yeah, he had a great game. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, he did a great job of attacking. He didn't settle, which is tonight was a night where you didn't need him to settle. He needed to attack those guys. He did that, and I
had him for 8 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, I haven't got ours yet.
But
I'm going to
8 offensive rebounds. I mean, even if I missed one here or there,
yeah, that's pretty impressive.
I mean, he just dominated on the boards, and a lot of those baskets were putbacks. I mean, I'm counting at least 5.
One of the big things we told our guys was we got to make sure we get shots up against these guys because we got a huge advantage on the offensive glass.
Right.
We did try to remind them the importance of if you get them down, just be aware that they have come back. I know Southside had them down 20 points, and they came back and took them to overtime. So they made a little run there to close out the half where they got about 4 layups in like 5 trips, and it kind of closed our lead down to 12. But like I told our guys, look, we were up 10. We won the first quarter by 10. We won the second quarter by 2. We're in good position. Third quarter, we had a little stretch at the end there. I thought our guys got a little bit fatigued, and we had a bunch of subs in, and it seemed like there was a lot of play without a whistle. Probably in hindsight, I probably should have just called a timeout somewhere in there just to get our guys a break. That's a little bit on me, I think, in that third quarter where I could have gotten them a break just by calling a timeout because we were in a good position. But what we did really, really well tonight that we have not done as well, we did not do it very well at Huntington. When we came out and we talked about it, it was really, really important. We talked about at the quarter break, about the only thing we talked about was, hey, we got to go win these first 4 minutes of this fourth quarter. And we did. And we went out and we kind of took it right at them during that stretch.
Yeah.
And we took that lead from 9 to like 20. And I thought our guys did a great job. I thought Luke made some nice passes on some drives in there, dropped off some nice dishes to the guys. Cole attacked a little bit more there. And but I just really thought we played pretty well tonight again. And the interesting thing is they've been playing pretty well. I mean, they played Snyder tough the other night. They played Southside tough.
Very tough.
They've been playing pretty well lately. We knew the pace was going to be a little quicker. I thought we did a better job in the fourth quarter of not just running down and shooting it. We ran down, made a few passes, and then we were still able to get a great shot.
Yeah.
And that's what I told him. I just was like, look, if you just make a reversal, we're going to get what we want. You don't always have to do it the first guy dribbling down. And I go, if you have the opportunity, that's great, but let's make sure we convert. And we did a great job of that. I mean, it was a fun game. It was up and down, obviously. And I thought defensively we really did a pretty good job on 23, Thompson, the freshman.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He's been their best player all year, and he's had some big games. And when I looked at the book, I think he hit the 2 threes.
That's it. That's about it.
Yeah, he had 7 points. He hit 2 threes. One was just a mistake defensively in the first quarter.
Right.
The other one, we were up on him and he banked it in.
Yeah.
But I thought we closed all his driving lanes down, and I thought he was very frustrated with the game.
Really struggled.
I thought we did a great job defensively on him. It just was – it was a good team effort. I thought we played pretty well. I was pretty excited. I mean, and
fun to watch.
Yeah, and hopefully we can continue that, and as we move forward. Now, the pace of the game on Friday is going to be completely different.
Right.
And we have to understand they're going to be 6'5", 6'5", 6'4", strong. So we're going to have to – it's going to be a game where we're going to have to work and grind a lot more, and it's going to be a slower paced game. It just is with the way they play. I mean, and
did a good job taking care of the basketball tonight, Coach. I mean, I only had you for like 7 turnovers.
Yeah,
and a couple of those were late.
Yeah, and I thought that's where Connor Torson really played a big key tonight. He handled the ball well. Even on misses, they were coming after him pretty good. I mean, I thought he did a pretty good job. We did a good job overall, but I thought he did well, yeah. And that was a big key to take care of the ball, to make sure that we got good shots. And because I knew we could get good shots against them. And they're young. They've got some athletic talent. There's no doubt they're going to continue to get better and improve. But our guys really played well tonight, and we stuck with what we wanted to do, and it was a really nice performance tonight by our guys, and so we're pretty excited about that.
Nice to be home for a couple of nights here.
Yeah.
With senior night, actually, which is amazing, coming up on Friday night.
I know. I'm sure it was difficult for you to believe that it got here for the girls, and then now it's difficult to believe that it's here for the boys already. And we're excited about the opportunity. Our seniors have done a good job. I think obviously Cole's had some difficulties with some injuries this year that set him back. But I think when you look at Luke Zetas and Brandon Nicholson and the way that their games have developed and how they've improved as basketball players as they've come through the Norwell system, I don't think anybody that's seen them kind of come through, and I've seen them less than probably a lot of people, would really, praise their work ethic and their development of their game as they've come through. And obviously Trey Reeser will be with us as well. This is his first year here, and so we get an opportunity to celebrate our seniors. We're looking forward to that. I know it's always an exciting night. It's a little bit of an emotional night, I'm sure. I know you experienced it at one time here as a
Not
parent.
Too long ago.
And it's a fun night, and we're going to really look forward to it. We've got to be smart in our preparation over the next 2 days because we've got the 3 games this week, so we've got to manage. I love this week. I love how it's set up. It is set up exactly like a sectional. We approach everything like that, and it's just such a great way for us to prepare. All our preparation is done exactly as we would do it if it were the sectional week.
Now, the one question I have, Coach, for you for Friday night is the tie coming back out on Friday night?
Yeah, we'll wear the tie Friday.
All right.
I'll wear the tie Friday.
I talked to Derek about that, and he said, "Well, you can't wear a tie every night in a 3-night week."
No. I'm not. I don't think we're wearing one on Saturday either. I think Saturday's the last no tie night. But we're going to have the tie back out on Friday, and we're looking forward to it. We're like I said, we want to celebrate our seniors, and I know on senior night kids play with a lot of passion because
it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. I know there'll be a big crowd. It'll be a great home Friday night game. It seems like we haven't had a home Friday night game forever.
Been a while.
And so it will be nice to do that. And fortunately, the forecast looks like warm weather and no snow. So I'm feeling good about making sure we're playing. So.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks
we'll see you Friday night.
We'll be here.
All right. Head coach Mike McBride and Coach helped me out enough, Derek. I was able to wrap up the stats with him talking. So I don't need you to stretch too much, but Coach talked about the fact that they did a good job of taking care of the ball tonight. Really just destroyed them on the boards. I had the rebounding 34-17.
Yeah, and we'll talk a little bit more about the seniors on Friday night. But the fact of the matter is, and I'm pretty good friends with most of the senior class, so those guys work. And sometimes, you're not going to get the result you want. That's just the fact of the matter. But, kind of their mentality is we're not going to be outworked by anybody. And it's real good to see that they work hard. Talking about the night, I think probably the most critical and most illuminating point or night of that point was the fact after the DeKalb loss, a couple of missed free throws by a senior. They were here until near almost 11 o'clock shooting free throws and making sure that hasn't happened again, and guess what? It hasn't. So, real good work ethic by these guys. As far as tonight goes, real nice win. Luers, really no other way to slice it. They're just really struggling this year. There's just not a lot there. But the upside of this program is the freshman class. So this program will get better. I think Will Huberts has it going in the right direction. Right now, I think the way that they're playing is kind of the way they have to play. And you hit it kind of in the second half there. when you're 1-16, just kind of play pretty free.
Yep.
You don't have anything to lose. You're a senior, especially if you're a senior. You just kind of put a shout up. So I think this program will continue to get better and perhaps return to the days when it was coached by several very good coaches.
Absolutely.
So in any case, looking forward to Friday. Jay County, again, going to be a totally different game. Jay County slows it down, but they're having an up-and-down year as well. Sometimes that happens when you don't score a lot of points. Similar to Norwell, but even more
pronounced. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, no doubt.
More deliberate in the half court. They will really put you to sleep on defense. They'll take 2-minute possessions. So, they will do that. So it's kind of all goes back to the Craig Teagle days. But Norwell a favorite here on senior night at the Castle.
Well, let's run through some stats real quick. First for Bishop Luers, 19 of 46 from the field for 41%, 6 of 17 from beyond the arc, that's 35%, and 4 of 11 from the free throw line. That's something that a young team often struggles with for 36%. I had them committing 11 turnovers and grabbing 17 rebounds. Individually, they were led by Mark Sturm with 13, Jaguar Jackson put in 9, DeMarcus and Hudson with 7 points apiece, Evan Krieger with 6, Andre Beasley hit a 3, Norman Kanapke had a basket, and Daniel Hughes hit a free throw for a total of 48 for Bishop Luers. For your Norwell Knights tonight, 31 of 56 from the floor. They took 10 more shots than Luers did. That's 55%. 1 of 6 from beyond the arc. That's 17%. 7 of 10 from the free throw line for 70%. I had your Knights committing 7 turnovers and grabbing 34 rebounds to Luers 17. Individually, Will Geiger led the way with 34 points and 16 rebounds on 15 of 23 shooting. 4 of 5 from the line. Also in double figures was Brandon Nicholson with 15. He was 6 of 10 from the field and 3 for 4 from the line and grabbed 7 rebounds here this evening. Chipping in with 8 points was Cole Wilson, all in the second half, 4 of 9 from the field, 0 for 2 from beyond the arc, did not shoot a free throw. Then it was Levi Leidig with 5 points, 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 1 from beyond the arc, and had a couple of rebounds. With 4 points apiece, first Luke Zettis, 2 of 5 from the field, 0 of 2 from beyond the arc, had a rebound as well. And then Trey Reeser came off the bench late in the fourth quarter, hit his only 2 shots he took for 4 points from the night, for their total of 70.
Well, I promise I'm not taking a shot at your well-kept statistics because it takes some talent to do that and call play-by-play. But I would like to see the number of possessions that Norwell scored on.
Oh, yeah.
Just kind of see their efficiency number, because my guess is it's very high.
Well, absolutely.
Tonight, because when they missed
offensive rebounds,
so many second chance points, and they didn't miss that many shots to begin with, so 55% from the field, but the majority of those were right at the rim. And then on a lot of those that they missed, they cleaned it up, got an offensive rebound, Will Geiger. So you're talking about put-back baskets and things like that. They scored on, and not a lot of turnovers either, just 7. So their efficiency number very high tonight.
I had 20 of Will's points coming on offensive putbacks.
Wow.
20 of 34.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. So we do need to name a player of the game.
Well, I don't think there's any way you can get around Will Geiger tonight. We talk about that he gets a lot, but the kid earned it. I mean,
34 and 16.
You cannot take it away from him. Brandon Nicholson had a real nice night as well. He's starting to become. I know it's late in the year, but he's starting to become more of a reliable player that you can count on.
More consistent.
12, 14, 15 points a night, and a number of rebounds, 15 and 7. So a quality night for Nicholson as well. Luke Zettis really dished out a couple of really nice passes, made a couple of athletic moves that some kids on this team can't make. So good second option there as far as creating some offense. So a good win for the Knights.
Absolutely. Norwell with the 70-48 win here with just 3 left. We'll be back on senior night on Friday. And Derek, take us home.
Norwell improves to 11-9 on the season. Luers falls to 1-17. Jay County here at home on Friday night. We'll see you then. Hopefully you can make it out to the Castle. If not, we'll be on about 7:30. On behalf of Greg Van Meter and the entire Wells County Voice crew, this is Derek Decker saying so long and God bless.
We hope you enjoyed this high school sports broadcast on the Voice Sports Network. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
The preceding production is property of Voice Enterprises, and all rights are reserved worldwide. Thank you for listening to this production of Voice Enterprises, taking media in a new direction.